So, Steve, content pillars. We have content pillars in our workshops. When we're starting a web project or running campaigns, content is key. So
Yes.
we need content pillars. What are content pillars?
Content pillars, yeah. So it's a phrase. I mean, if you start reading SEO blogs, more advanced SEO blogs and SEO books and so on, or if, the workshop exercises that we have and some of our, materials as well, we talk about content pillars.
Yeah.
And it's all about really that, I mean, let's just say we were to sit with a client or a potential client today and we were to sit with them for an hour and say, all right, let's think about your prospects. Let's think about what they need to know about you and understand about your product or service and so on. That client would speak for an hour about 100 different angles, and things that are important to them and that they perceive about their business and so on. That's how a business sometimes thinks about what it needs to say about itself. But when you're on the other end of it, when you're the prospect, and perhaps, we need to have some marketing which is going to make you stop scrolling. That's about condensing that into the simplest forms and repeating it over and over again. So normally, content pillars, we have 3 themes, 1, 2, 3. These are the only 3 themes you're ever going to speak about, and we'll have little subtopics of each of them. But it means that when we're planning content, or creating content, or we're organising a site, we can just make sure we've got these 3 themes running through all of it, and that's enough for people to understand, position you, and know if you're the company that they want to reach out to.
So content pillars are key messages that they're essential.
Yeah.
So, and why are they so important?
So I might even illustrate it with examples.
Okay.
And it might get across what they bring. Yeah. So, I mean, we could do different companies. We in one of our workshops, we look at Starbucks, don't we, as an example of content pillars. And we did a little study. You can do it on a lot of different companies. You can do it on Apple, for example. It's quite easy to do on Apple. But if you look at Starbucks marketing, they never put anything out that doesn't fit into 3 categories. And it's quite interesting what the categories are, because they're actually, you can see it when you go into their shops, the position is all about social impact and community. Yeah. And you'll see that there's a lot about the sourcing of, their beans and so on. They very rarely talk about coffee. Yeah. If you go on the website, they don't speak very much about coffee, but they speak very much about their purpose and so on. But all of that separates Starbucks from all the other coffee brands. Yeah. And they've done it with just 3 pillars. They never speak about anything but these 3 things. Yeah. If you're in the marketing team and you publish something on a 4th topic, you get fired. But you don't realise this until you look at brands. Yeah. The biggest and simplest one has become political campaigns. So, some of these are a little bit sort of cynical subjects, but the last election one was all about stopping boats, wasn't it? Yeah. And you heard that, if you went on the social media account, you'd see 20 times every day the same message. Yeah. And then you had it with Brexit, let's get Brexit done. Yeah. And it's always the simple messages that win. It's the ones that have condensed it to 3 words or 3 topics. So that's why we do it in marketing as well, so for more positive reasons. Yeah,
so it seems 3 is the magic number. So how would you go about building your content pillars? How do you start it? How do you get your content pillars?
Yeah, so it's a piece of deep work, isn't it? Yeah. So we do the workshops on this, don't we? And how long will we spend? Oh, it was at least an hour, isn't it?
Just even 90 minutes sometimes.
Yeah, just to get an outline. And that usually gets us to what's the 3 headline topics. And then we can build all satellite topics out of that. Yeah. The beauty is, as soon as we've done that, you can plan your web navigation perfectly. You can plan all your content perfectly. Yeah. You can put it in your brand guidelines book, and it can inform everything for the next 2 or 3 years. The difference then is that all your prospects have got this really simple messaging from you that just thinks, oh, right, okay, so, you're busy in whatever sector it is. Yeah. And actually, you're a very warm and friendly team. That's come across. And you've got some really good ethical principles as well. I think you're right for me, so I'm going to reach out to you. So it just brings that simplicity instead of lots of noise about, we're doing this charity event and look at this person's got an anniversary of 10 years and these different things. You're saying the same things over and over, and it's very, very easy for people to understand you then.
Brilliant. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Benchmark your company's digital marketing with this free tool. It takes 5 minutes to audit your strategy, and you get a free report with recommendations. Visit bespokedigital.agency/free.